Hi guys, today I'm in New Zealand's largest and most international city. A city full of culture, history and with a great standard of living. Welcome to Auckland! Alright guys, so I'm now in Queen Street. Now Queen Street is Auckland's main and busiest street. You'll find all the main shops, from international brands to local Kiwi brands. Whatever you want, you'll find it. There are also tons of restaurants and bars, so at night come down here and you'll have a great time. You'll find somewhere to go and it's a great place to be. If you guys go and visit Auckland, then don't be afraid to wander off in the side streets. Whilst Queen Street might have most of the shops and attractions in the city, well, the side streets you can find some really cool and unique shops. So wander off and explore, because that's what makes traveling fun. Alright guys, so behind me you can see the Sky Tower, which is Auckland's largest building and one of the main attractions in the city. You will have amazing views over the city and all the outskirts there, so yeah, let's go check it out. Alright guys, so I'm now in line to get a ticket at the Auckland Sky Tower, but what makes this place cool is that you can not only go up and have incredible views, but you can actually bungee jump down, or you can do a skywalk. So you're on the outside on a platform and just walk around while ropes are holding you and you lean down into nothingness, which is really cool, but not brave enough for that. Now, walking down Queen Street, the closer you get to the harbour, the more expensive the shops get. So you will be encountering Gucci, Louis Vuitton and so on. And talking about money and price, Auckland, like most big cities, is quite a pricey city, but the conversion rate makes it great. So 100 New Zealand dollars is about 70 US, which makes this a great exchange rate. Alright guys, so behind me you can see some ferries, and Auckland has many islands like Wahiki Island. I can't pronounce that really, but anyway, you can just go on one of these ferries. They're not too expensive and have a really nice day trip, and it's really worth it. Alright guys, so just behind me here is the Viaduct, which is just beside the harbour of Auckland, and here during the day you have lots of restaurants and it's a really nice walk, and during night this is where a lot of nightlife is. So just come down here, there are many clubs and bars, and you can have a really great time and a great night in Auckland. Alright guys, so I'm now walking towards Auckland's harbour, and sailing is one of the biggest leisure activities here in Auckland. So there are tons of boats here, and the harbour's just actually been renovated, so they're building a new touristy area with shops, restaurants, places to just have a good time. And it's not quite ready yet, but when it is, it will be just a really chill place and a nice place to have a good time. But yeah, you should definitely come and visit this. There's some really nice boats. A few weeks ago when I went, there was a boat from a Russian billionaire, so it was massive. It was like a cruise ship basically. But yeah, you should definitely come and check this out, but expect a lot of wind, because Auckland always has wind. So guys, just behind me you can see Auckland's skyline, which is very nice. When there are no clouds, it's very picturesque, and you come here to the harbour, you can take great pictures. We're just going to go for a little walk there now, but If you're interested in the America's Cup, New Zealand's History Museum of the America's Cup, their success and whatnot, is actually located here, so you can go and visit that, which is great if you're interested in it, but I'm personally not, so I'm not going to do it. But yeah, this place is great to relax. They even have little benches where you can just lie down. They're building a new shopping centre, as I said before, so it's going to be a great place just for Aucklanders and tourists to relax and have a good weekend. But yeah, this is Auckland skyline. It's beautiful, so let's go and check out the harbour now. Alright guys, so it's actually starting to rain now. Literally in Auckland you can find all 4 seasons during one day. You might leave your hotel or house in the morning, it's sunny. 2 hours later it starts to rain. An hour later there are clouds. In the evening it could be like a nice summer evening with a beautiful blue sky and a great sunset. So in Auckland, always be prepared for every type of weather, because it's always going to rain. It rains every day. But anyway, as the weather is getting a little worse now, I'm going to make my way towards the Domain and the Domain Museum, so let's head off. So I'm now on my way to the Domain, which is Auckland's main park, and that's where the museum is, where we are going. But just on my way is Harbour Park. Now Harbour Park is just next to central Auckland and just next to the university as well, so it's a really, really beautiful park. Great for having lunch there or just being with your friends, and there are many university students, and on a nice day it's just beautiful, lots of people, very relaxing. Let's check it out. So guys, look what I just found. Just like London and some other cities, Auckland also has its own little speakers corner, but sadly it's empty, so you can't listen to some of those hilarious debates right now. Alright guys, so I'm still in Harbour Park, but behind me here, the building you can see, that's the clock tower. It's one of the University of Auckland's main and oldest buildings. The University of Auckland is New Zealand's highest ranked university, and it's definitely worth a visit. If you're already in Harbour Park enjoying a little stroll, then you should definitely come and check it out, because the gardens in the background are beautiful and definitely worth it. Anyway, I'm going to show them to you and then we'll head off to the Domain. Let's go. Alright guys, so I'm now in the University of Auckland Gardens, and behind me here is Old Government House, one of the University of Auckland's most beautiful buildings. If you're on Queen Street or Harbour Park, just walk 5 minutes across the street and you'll be in the University of Auckland Gardens. Come visit Old Government House and the gardens. There's a restaurant at the bottom, I believe, so you can have a drink, just sit down, relax from all the city walking, because that's very tiring, of course. Normally this is full of students, they're just relaxing between lectures or getting ready for lectures. So it's really worth a visit. You can take great photos here, and you should come. And I'm now going to head off to the Domain, so let's go. Alright guys, so I've made it into the Auckland Domain. Now the Domain is Auckland's main park basically. It's 10 minutes outside the central business district, and it's huge, massive. You can have a really nice walk here, or in the morning a really nice jog. And we're just going to walk through it now, because in the middle of the Domain is the Wartime Museum, I believe it's called, which is one of Auckland's main museums with New Zealand history, Auckland history, Maori history, and of course military history, as the name implies. So let's go there. Alright guys, so just behind me here is Auckland's War Memorial Museum, one of Auckland's most important and largest museums. It has exhibitions on New Zealand history, Auckland history, and of course New Zealand's military history. So it's a huge museum located in the middle of the domain. Oh, the outside already is worth a visit, but let's go and check it out. So guys, we had to take our shoes off because now we're going inside what is called an Ancestral House, and it's a Maori tradition to take your shoes out. You go in, it looks beautiful in here. Hope you guys see the paintings on the walls and the carvings. This is beautiful. Just gives you a sense of the amount of tradition that still is alive in New Zealand and sadly in many other places of the world. Traditions and local customs, especially from the indigenous population, has been lost, but in New Zealand it's really apparent everywhere where you go. You'll see a lot of Maori traditions, customs, signs, carvings, paintings, and it's really nice how they've integrated these ancient customs into modern society. Alright guys, so I just found out that I came quite late, half an hour before closing, so they actually let me in for free. But normally for overseas visitors the museum is $25, but it's certainly worth it, I think, and let's discover more. Alright guys, so I'm now in the section of the museum called the Natural History section with basically an exhibition on everything that has ever inhabited New Zealand. As you can see, there are dinosaur skeletons and also skeletons of the Maor, the largest bird that ever lived on Earth, and look at the size of that thing. It's enormous. I don't know if I'm sad that thing is extinct because it's quite scary. So we're now in the War Memorial part of the museum, and engraved on the walls are the names of all the soldiers, New Zealand soldiers that died during World War I in Europe, and just gives you a scale and an impression of how much this country was actually involved in the Great European War, even though it's actually on the other side of the world, and it just highlights how bloody and gruesome the First World War actually was. Alright guys, so the museum is closing now, just in time for me to leave. I've pretty much seen everything and I really like this museum. Is it worth the $25? Yes, I'd say so. If you have an hour or 1.5 hours to spare, then come here and learn a little bit about New Zealand's history and Maori tradition. It's a nice museum to spend a few hours, but although it looks huge from the outside, the collection itself is not that much, and it only takes about 1.5 hours, as I said, but it's worth it and you should check it out. Alright guys, that was the Auckland War Memorial Museum. We're now on our way to the final stop for today, which is Mount Eden. It's about 25 minutes away, so let's go and watch a really beautiful sunset. Alright guys, so I'm now on my way up Mount Eden, which is an inactive volcano just outside central Auckland, about a 30-minute walk and a really nice one. So this is a really good place to see the city. It's got spectacular views over the central business district, and it's about 6:15 now, so we're going up there to enjoy incredible views of the sunset. Whew. It's quite breathtaking already going up, so let's go up before we miss it. Alright guys, so I made it on top of Mount Eden. As you can see, it's a fantastic view from up here. You really get the impression how huge the city is. You can basically drive 1 hour in each direction and still be in Auckland, and that little bit, that's city centre, that's basically where all shops are. The rest is just pure living areas. As I said, a third of New Zealand's population lives here, so you really get an impression of how huge the city is. But yeah, the views are incredible no matter what direction you look, and we'll try and get the sunset now, but it's really amazing up here. Alright guys, this is the end of the vlog. I really hope you enjoyed it. Quite exhausted actually from all the walking around, but it was really nice to see all these places in Auckland. Queen Street, the Harbour is beautiful, and the Domain, the park here, it's just great. I'm now going to leave you with a time lapse of Auckland going into night, with the lights of the skyscrapers coming up from the view of Mount Eden, which should hopefully be great. I hope I maybe inspired you to come visit Auckland. It offers a great standard of living, and it's rich in history and culture, and a great place to be. Maybe you could even study here like me. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed the vlog and I'll see you later. I think I gotta rest now.